convinced that the coalition is on board. There's no question about it, and they proved that in the air, in their willingness to join. Historically, to many people's amazement, they all came together. We had a very frank meeting yesterday with all of them, with the president. They're committed to this because this is a threat to every nation, and they see that. It's also a threat to legitimacy. It's a threat to statehood. It's a threat to their futures. And so it has much bigger stakes than just immediate counterterrorism and so forth.
And you can be sure that they're going to cut the funding?
Well, let me talk about the funding for a minute. In the very beginning, Christian, when the efforts to oust Assad took place, there were people who made calculations that the important thing is to remove Assad. Yes, there's some bad apples there, but we want to get him out. And that, unfortunately, resulted in funding to different groups, and it was, frankly, a sloppy process. It did not provide the coordinated, concerted effort that was needed. So since then, there's been a real focus on this financing. And state-sponsored support of these groups, I believe, is over. It has ended. There are still individuals within certain countries who have been funneling money to these groups. And the theory back in the beginning by many of these people were, well, we're going to get rid of Assad and then we'll focus on these bad apples. They realized it morphed into something more ominous, more threatening, and so I think people have really pulled back. There's a sense of purpose now in this focus against ISIL. But what we've done is we've stopped the onslaught. That was what we were able to achieve with air power. They were moving towards Erbil. They were moving towards Baghdad. Baghdad could well have fallen. Erbil could have fallen. They could have control of all of the oil fields. We resecured the Mosul Dam. We've protected the Haditha Dam. We broke the siege at Amerli. We broke the siege at Sinjar Mountain. So air power has been effective. And now, as their supplies begin to get hit and other things begin to happen, I believe there is the possibility of a slow degrading that ultimately, and I say ultimately because the president's been clear, this will take time. You and others should not be looking for some massive retreat within the next week or